Hi everybody, I hope you're well. So I'm compelled to do this video today against my wants, shall we say. Just some weird things been happening lately. So before I went away on holiday to Corfu, my final video was, can you see that? It's a pencil drawing, so you might not be able to see it so well. So my last video before I went on holiday was called Flat Earth and the Giant, and it was about playing zombies. I didn't say anything, just played. You read the description of that one, you don't have to watch it. The game's full of giant robots at the minute. Giants everywhere, huh? I drew this picture years ago now, when I was at university. I was trying to find inspiration for drawing tables and things like that, cupboards, cabinets. And also at the same time, one of my sisters, my youngest sister, was writing a story, and I drew a couple of pictures for her. There's another one that goes with it. Inside the tree. But anyway, so I was looking for inspiration to draw. I had this. Can you see these bits of paper? I stuck a load of yellow bits of paper in. I've taken a few out since. But I left a few in there, don't ask me why. And after watching the Forest on Earth, I knew I had a little explanation in here of the Giant's Causeway and why they say they're like that. So I went to the old index and had a look, ignoring my little bits of paper there. And there's just this one tiny piece over here. Doesn't matter if you can't read it, it's not important. But looking at that caused me to look at these other bits of paper and why they was in there. And of course, partly for drawing. There's the one with a bit of paper on. Stupid glossy paper. So it's just a nice picture. I have 3 more. There's one. The other one is right next door and is still on the forests. Here's my other bit of paper. I put them in there years ago. 3-4 years ago. And I came across them last night while watching the double Laurie hangout. It blew my mind. I struggled to sleep, I tell you. Tiny little Coinkydinks. Corfu. Lovely little keepsake. Probably shouldn't be showing my son or my good lady. You see us down there. Sometimes I wonder if it's just me. I have an idea about giants. It's to do with atmosphere and the dome. And this thing. And this thing, which from the end, as I said before, is flat, twisted. I think perhaps the giants exist within the times when the atmosphere is large. I think we exist in this time when the atmosphere is small. I think the atmosphere is like an ocean across the near infinite plane. From my tiny, minute perspective down here, how would you ever know? It moves, it rolls across the skies, and each of the waves, each of the filaments, if you was to zoom in, as we know with magnifying glasses, you'd see that each line is more waves. Jazzman was asking about dreams, and about nursery rhymes, and little things we remembered. And I'll come back to it another time. I want to talk a lot about swearing. See, some people don't like it. I see a lot of people apologising for swearing. I don't think we should be. I think swearing is the heritage of the normal people. And people with silver spoons up their asses and in their mouths took it away from us when they said how to write the books. If it's true, like on the Roman walls there's graffiti with fuck and cunt and all sorts of words, then it's only because it was taken out of the literature and not put on the telly from the beginning that people have come to, you know, almost fear swearing. And I fucking love swearing. It's cathartic. It can be very explanatory. But anyway, dreams for Jazz, and this is for something else I was going to work on. It, dick, dog, shit, fucking bastard, silly git, you are not it. Remember that one? I did that the day before. He asked for those little memories, and I have a dream that I remember from being very small, and I used to hide under the covers from a giant eye at my bedroom window. Damn, I must have been small, I tell you, but I've never forgotten that. I remember the house I had those dreams in very well. It was my nursery room as a very small child, and I had lame green hills painted on the walls, a couple of flowers and a rainbow. Later on, as I grew older, it was all just painted blue. We had those big old Victorian windows, yeah. And I remember diving under my covers to hide from giant eyes, and I thought it was a dream. If it was a dream, why was I going to hide under the covers? If you hide under the covers, it's because you're awake. I don't know. The giants are everywhere. They've been around for a few years now. There's a lot of adverts. The 2012 Olympics was full of giants. I watched a film on Netflix a few months ago. I don't know if anyone's seen it, called Troll Hunters. Check that out, man. It's actually quite hard for me to do a video today. This is my X Factor sob story moment. If you don't want to stick around, you can go. We can come back to them at some other point. Today is my son's 12th birthday. 8 years ago today, my stepdad died. And 1 week from today is my youngest son's 8th birthday. Got the family coming around today. You see the balloons. I wanted to make videos before this, but while on holiday, we lost a great aunt. So all the plans I had laid out, all the videos I wanted to make, they get blown out of the water by other things, unexpected things, things that catch up with you that you'd almost forgotten. And I wonder this a lot about the so-called plans laid down for all of us. There's always a rogue element that you can't plan for. You can't plan for it. I read a lot of Roman fiction and other military types from the Middle Ages, just after, and things. One of the main themes is that plans always go awry. We know that certain people take advantage of situations. Somehow we've got learn how to take advantage of this. I've touched on it before. If people were brainwashed, how would you wake them up? Could you just go up to someone and say, "You're brainwashed, mate"? What are they going to say? "No, I fucking ain't." "No, I'm not." "No, I am not brainwashed." So how would you wake people up? I think you have to do it with a jolt, a shock. Some of this stuff is quite shocking, isn't it? Giants, real? There's problems with dinosaurs on the ball Earth. Gravity and such, atmosphere, being unable to move, being so big. In actual fact, on a nearly infinite plane, with atmosphere that comes and goes, you know, it's not such a big deal. Maybe they weren't dinosaurs, maybe they were just giant mice and giant cats and dogs. Maybe that's where the big skulls and things come from. Too close an examination would reveal it, and this is why you're not allowed to see them. There's always loads I want to talk about, and there's always loads I forget. And there's always, because there's other things behind the scenes that are not always readily apparent. Anyway, this giant thing has fired a lot of people up again, I see. It's another subject for me that I've been interested in for a long, long time. I read the BFG as a small child. I listened to it on the audio tapes. If anybody remembers cassettes. My youngest son now listens to it. What am I supposed to do, Martin? I only found out after I'd introduced him to that man. Things are not always as they seem, and if you don't look into it for yourself, how can you do anything except take it on belief? And the world is full of belief at the moment. I gave up on belief a long time ago, and I've been looking for answers for a long time. And I'm going to keep looking, and I'm going to encourage other people to look, even when they're scared, think it's boring to learn. Oh, brain's gone dead. I do hope real well. I'll get back when I can. Thank you to those who sent me a couple of messages. Laurie, thank you. Jasmine, all of you. I'm going to come back in a couple of days maybe. Laid out plans again with a few more shout outs. A few channels that people have not noticed so much of yet. See how it goes. Anyway, a giant tree I drew, hey? I just find this just the weirdest coincidence. Peace and light to you all. Thank you for listening. I'm sorry brain goes to dead because I don't do it enough. I will try to be a bit more active. Fingal's Cave, go and have a look at that. If you watched the Laurie show last night and they showed a picture of it, that was me. Woohoo! I asked him to show it. Cheers, Event Skeptic. That was brilliant. I'm finding that in a book. I don't normally join in the chats because I like to listen, and if I follow the chat, I miss what they're saying. But finding that got me all fired up, and I wanted to say something about it. I know some people are not going to believe me. They're going to think I'll put that in there myself. I promise you, those bits of paper have been in there for years. On the forest, and on that Devil's Tower, man. Damn, what the fuck? And please think closely about this: the atmosphere, the infinite plane. The moving of that could cause floods, massive proportions, could cause exponential growth with bigger atmosphere. Perhaps this really is the land of the giants. I said before, you know, maybe we're an isolated little Pitcairn island, forgotten about. Maybe we shouldn't be drawing attention to ourselves. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just rambling. Peace and luck. Thank you for listening. Have a good weekend.